Hello, my creative friends. My name is Heather North. You can find me on Instagram at Heather's Creative Blessings. This is Flosstube number 24, and today is June 2nd, 2021. I cannot believe we are in June. Whew, almost halfway done with 2021. I feel like I have been going almost nonstop, except to sleep, for about 2 weeks now. I have a lot of haul to show you. I've got cross stitch to show you, but not a lot of progress on each thing. So let me backtrack. I missed posting before I left for our niece's wedding. I apologize for that. I don't think it probably matters to most of you, but if you saw that, you know that my schedule's a little bit off. We went down to California. We drove. It's about a 10-hour drive, I would say, from our house to my parents' house. Ish, can be less or more depending on lots of things. But we made it down there. I got to see family. The wedding was beautiful. It was so special to watch. Amanda's waited a long time for this, and just to watch them committing their life together and being so in love, and just following the Lord and loving the Lord too, and waiting for their person. And so we just had a really nice time. We got to see some of my husband's aunts and uncles and cousins, and so that was of course wonderful. We got to see other family while we're down there. It was a very quick trip, but my husband went and saw his dad and his dad's wife. They were just up here a few weeks ago, so we kind of split up that afternoon. It was Saturday afternoon before the wedding, and he got to spend some time alone with his dad, which is really nice. I mean, once you become an adult, if you don't live in the same town or really close to your parents, and you're married, it doesn't seem like you spend a lot of time one-on-one with your parents. I'm not sure why that worked out, or maybe it's just us. But he got to spend some time alone with his dad. They went out to lunch and had a really good time. And I went with my mom and dad and my niece, Mika, who's only 5, who's staying with my parents that weekend. And we went out to my grandparents' house. My grandmother passed away. We're coming up on 27 years now. And my grandfather passed away 2 years ago. And my dad and his brothers are just kind of getting ready. It just took a while before they were ready to kind of go through their things. And they've invited me and all the cousins to go and take, if there's anything from the house that we would like, before they probably, honestly, I don't know if they're gonna trash it or find somewhere that they can donate it to. And so it was very surreal. If you've ever gone through somebody's home, your parents or siblings or grandparents after they're gone, it's difficult for a lot of different reasons. And at least it was for me. I don't know, maybe it is, maybe I'm just odd, but I don't think so. And my uncle, the last place I went was my grandparents' bedroom, and my grandparents are pretty private, and I was the type of kid, I didn't even go in the refrigerator without permission, and I wouldn't ask. But if grandma said, "You want a 7-Up?" I'd say, "Okay." And can I get it? And that's how I would get into her refrigerator. I wouldn't just go and open the refrigerator. I wouldn't just go and open drawers. So, and I think I'm one of the last grandchildren to go through the home. A part of that's because I live so far away, but also just the last couple of times I just wasn't ready. And so the last room I went into was grandma's bedroom and grandma and grandpa's bedroom. And it was so difficult. And my uncle put it really well. He said, he felt ashamed. And I thought it felt disrespectful to be going through their things. But at the same time, I mean, I wouldn't want them to just be thrown away either. And my cousins have already found several boxes of pictures, which is just amazing. And we found even some more pictures. And let me throw this out there as a former Creative Memories consultant, and just how important it is to write down at minimum the person's name on the back of those pictures. If you could do name and date or relation, it's even better, but at least a name. You can do some genealogy research and figure out who people are. I didn't know that my grandpa was called Jimmy, but we found a picture of my great grandma, and it was before she was in a wheelchair. It was around the time, my dad said, around the time she was probably in crutches. And she had their dog, like a big, I want to say it's a German Shepherd or a Lab. I can't quite remember, sorry. But it was like standing up, and it had little coveralls on it, probably my grandpa's coveralls on it. It's just the cutest thing. And then the next picture was a picture of my grandpa as a little boy. And just precious, precious pictures and memories. And I didn't bring pictures home unless there were duplicates, because my cousin's going to put them on a flash drive for all of us. But just some really special things. I Grandma did toll painting, and she has some pieces that are on like Quaker boxes, Quaker style boxes. So I thought it'd be really neat. She's a very creative woman. It'd be neat to take some of my cross stitch and put onto some of those boxes that she has painted. And so I think I only took 2, maybe 3. I didn't take very much home with me. My dad and mom are coming up this summer, later this summer, and they're bringing their truck. And so, and we just had our little car and barely fit the luggage in it. So I don't have anything to share today. I do have one Quaker box, but it's all the way upstairs. But the bigger one, it's about this big. And so I took some glass serving bowls and platters, because Grandma's thing was to do big holiday meals for everybody. And I had borrowed a couple of her bowls when I got married. I did kind of like a potluck style reception, or yeah, I guess potlucks, not potluck style. It was just, we had cold cuts, and we had different kinds of salads, or a potato salad, a green salad, I don't know, shrimp salad. I don't even remember. I didn't get to eat at my wedding, but I borrowed some glass dishes from my grandma and my aunt and my mom, and some were crystal. I didn't really know the difference, but clear. All I wanted was clear bowls. And so, not glasses, bowls. And so, I felt pretty confident. Some had already been taken by other cousins, and so I took some of those, so that when I do my Thanksgiving and Easter and Christmas, I'll have some of Grandma's bowls to serve in. And it just means, there's just these little things that mean so much to me. So I rambled on enough about that. Sorry. What else? So on the way, we got to see my husband's mom. We went down to see her and her husband, and spent the day with them. And then we were coming back, and my husband said, "Would you like to go via the coast a little bit to your favorite spot ever?" And I said, "Yes, please." And so we just had a really special trip over to Trinidad, California, and then up through Crescent City. Lots of traffic delays, or there's 2 traffic delays, but they were long traffic delays. But the first one, we were stopped, and just right at the right point where you can see the coastline. And so we're right above the ocean, and we can see it was just beautiful, the waves crashing on the rocks. And so I don't know how long we sat there. It didn't really matter, because we were getting to see the ocean. So came home, a lot of naps. Our fencing came in, so we spent Memorial Day weekend putting up part of the new fence. Yeah, just a busy, busy week. So, stitching, 10 minutes in. I hope you guys are ready for just a long, chatty type of video. So let's get into some stitching. It's a new month, so let me share my pathetic little what would it be, the stats for, I have to find where my stats page is, for May. I had 2 finishes. I had no FFOs. Actually, I thought I had an FFO, but maybe not, because I didn't write anything down. And then 6 new starts. So I didn't start as much for Mania as I had planned, but that's okay. The life got in the way. There was a lot going on in May, from the start of it, where we just lost our Bella puppy, not puppy, but our little Shih Tzu dog, and a trip down to California, and working on repairing or replacing our fence. There's just been a lot going on, and I think throughout the summer it's going to be the same way. There's not going to be as much stitching time, but that's okay. It will wait for me, and I'll be even more excited to work on it when that time comes. So let's get to WIPGO. New WIPGO numbers were called, and I decided, since my stitching time is so limited, and because one of the numbers called, number 1, is one of my older WIPs, I would put away A Bride's Prayer. I have another spot for it. I'm looking, I might have 2. No, I have one other spot for A Bride's Prayer by Paul Levon. And so I'll just wait till that number's called, probably, to pull it out again. Or if I need some, I don't know, WIPs to work on Wednesday. But this month, okay. What I did was I went through all of my WIPs and wrote them down here and made up goals before the beginning of the year. If you're not familiar with WIPGO, it's by Jessie Marie Does Stuff. You can find her here on YouTube. You can also find her on Facebook, and you just write down your WIPs and she'll call a number and you do whatever number's called. So I was very ambitious, and for Peaceful Shores, this is a kit I got, I think from Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Walmart, maybe even. And I just saw who, it's by Alan Gianna. But anyways, this is the pattern, and what I wrote down as a goal is to do the sky and words. Now, when I started, I had done this top row. It's pretty easy. It's all half stitches, but it's almost all the way across. But as you get down, there's like 4 or 5 different colors, and they're all half stitches, and there's blank spaces, and counting has been something of a nightmare. So I did pull this out. I showed you before. I did pull this out and started working on it in hopes to get it done by Mother's Day, and that's when I realized, oh, it's not going to get done by Mother's Day. I think I pulled it out in April and worked on it a little bit in May as well, because I think I'm going to give it to my mom. I think she will really love this. It's silly. My husband thinks it's really, really silly because I set the goal and I'm making it, putting pressure on myself. That's just silly. But I will show you this, and as I think I counted it up that if I do 100 stitches a day on it, that's what I'm gonna have to do in order to get this done. So this might be what I work on mainly. Anyways, it's not gonna see, you're not gonna see a lot of progress from week to week unless I add in the letters, because it's also very light. So what I did today was I added in one of the light shades around here. It's just a lot to do, and it seems like it wouldn't be that much, you know, but yeah. Once I get that sky done, the rest should be fairly easy because it's full stitches, it's full coverage, so it still is gonna, or almost full coverage, it's still gonna take some time, but at least there's not this counting, and it's one strand half stitch, 1 over 1 half stitches. So getting it secured and then all over the place, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So I'm gonna just tackle it by, like I said, doing 100 stitches a day on it. We'll see. We will see. I feel like I made some good progress this morning. Okay. So that's why I put it on my WIPGO board, because if I had not had it on my WIPGO board, I would not be doing it. That piece had me falling in love with cross stitching again when I first started doing it. I was so excited to be cross stitching again last spring. I quickly jumped out of Ada into Lugana, and I'm now jumped into linen and all the different flosses, and it'll be pretty when it's done. So the second number called is number 17, Snowflake Serenade, was what I had written down, by Cottage Needleworks. And my goal was to do one box. If you see, this is split into, you know, like Jingle Bells, you've got a snowflake, one box or the border, depending on where it was at. And that gives me some leeway as far as some of these boxes are going to be easier to finish, and I didn't know when it would be called. And so I kind of gave myself an easy out for this. I wouldn't have probably picked this up right now, but I was excited that that was the other number called, because I really love this piece. So, and you can see how close I am to being done with the Jingle Bells. So that's going to be my goal, is the Jingle Bells. I just have to finish out this bow and add the pine branches, or the pine needles, and I think there's a little bell on there as well. Maybe another snowflake. No, I think I have both snowflakes. Oh, there's two bells. So this won't take very long at all to finish, which gives me more time for Peaceful Shores. So it's actually a perfect combo. And I really like this, so I probably will try to do both that box and the border, but like I said, there's just a lot we have going on right now, and we'll see. So these other pieces I think I have worked on since my last video. This is the June sampler of the month from Cottage Needleworks. Come on, focus. My nails are atrocious. I have been digging in my flowers, and I have been working on the fence and cooking and cleaning. I stopped mid-stitch here. Let me pull this through. Isn't that sun though so cute? So I don't think I had the fruit row done the last time, so I finished the fruit row, and I changed June to pink, and I may change it again. It's the called for pink in the pattern, but the white on this fabric just isn't showing up very much. So I'm having to change the lettering, and I debated around. Once I get the house down below, I will decide if I want to keep that in pink. I would like to kind of do red, but there's a lot of that red in here, so that's why I chose that. Flying right along here. This is in the front. It's my new start. I have a new start. This is Cross Stitch Nation. This is, can't remember who it's by. Heartstring Samplery. And I am not seeing the picture. There is a lot of pages to this pattern. Okay, so here's the Cross Stitch Nation. And I am doing this 1/2. My first time with 1/2. I belong to the I don't know if you can see that. There we go. So I'm pretty sure I had this whole border done, but I added some of the words here. This was just wanting something, I think, easy to stitch on one night. I don't know why I pulled that out. I don't know why I do the things I do. Sometimes a mood just strikes me. I saw it sitting there. I think I wanted something a little more vintagey to work on after I got home from Grandma's. So the next thing, I have two things in this particular bag. This is Celebrate Spring by Madame Chantilly. And I had started on that little black bird at the top, and I spent over an hour looking for a DMC that I did not have and then trying to find something similar. I replaced it. Did I write down? I need to make sure I am doing that. I keep everything in this notebook because otherwise I would not remember. Spring. It's Spring Garland. No, that's not Spring Garland. Celebrate Spring. I just said it. Y'all. Brain is not functioning on all cylinders. Oh, I have two more I haven't even written down yet in there. I mean in the front. So this, no, I didn't write down my color change. But I think it was 738 and I changed it to a weeks that was very similar. Okay, I'm back. So this is the color I did instead on his little breast or chest or whatever it is called. I just think this little bird is so sweet. So this is, I believe, 25 count Lugana, and I am doing 1/1, which, because this tray ends up being so large, but 1/1 on 25 count is not easy. The threads are pretty thick. So anyways, I got that done. I'm excited to do the little flowers underneath. I think those are just sweet, sweet shade of pink. So, oops. I put this in the bag. I would lose it if I did that. So, two more. This is Stitchy Stars by It's So Emma. No, it's by Lori Holt, sorry. Stitchy Stars. Love this one. I've been trying to do one a week, but like I said in my last video, I knew I wouldn't get one done this week, but I did work on it at least once over Memorial Day weekend, and my goal by the next video is to have this block done. And if I have enough time, work a little bit ahead so I can have this done by the 4th of July, but that's an ambitious goal because I think there's more. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I have 3 done. No, I only have 2 done. So I'd have to get 5 done between now and the 4th of July and get it finished. So it's an easy stitch, but I just don't have a lot of time. So this is one of my priorities along with my WIPGO projects to get done. And I'll be working on the June sampler. That's probably going to be about, I don't know, there's other things here. I don't know. You just have to tune in and see. This is the Serendipity Stitch Along. I think it's finished now, or this will be the last week because I think they've released all of the patterns. It's a free stitch along on Fat Quarter Shop. You can find it there, and I did it on a piece of Bestitch Me fabric in this lovely shade of purple, and I changed my colors. Let me fold this up. The colors are more true back here, but I'll do it up close so you can kind of see a little better. And let me see if I have it written where I can show you. Sorry, my handwriting is not the best on here, but there you go.
Looks good, guys. You know what they said?
Oh! I don't. That isn't it. I have a new start. So I put this is a 31 gifts bag. I got the little needle minder from Fat Quarter Shop because this is their sail away pattern. And I just love it and would have started right away, but there was a lot to do. As I've said many times this Flosstube, there's just been a lot to do, and I wasn't quite sure because I had used a different fabric, if the colors would stand out as far as knowing the pattern. And so I decided to kind of wait once I wasn't able to start on time. The full pattern has been released, but I don't, actually, I might have printed that out. Sorry. Nope, that's part 1. I mean, I printed things out in hopes that, okay, that's the pattern. I think this was a paid for pattern. Yeah, because I send it to my inbox each week. But they've now released the final. I just love the little waves here under the sailboat and the little seagull. Come on, focus. Focus. So this, I believe, is aqua hand-dyed effect from Fabric Flare, and I also believe it's 28 count. I just barely started on the chain, and I'm using the called for color and cotton. It's definitely that. It's definitely blue. So yeah, this is silver lining. It's showing up. Again, it's the white, because this is what I used for my sampler of the month by Cottage Needleworks. And the white has trouble. That's just, I think that's Snowball or Bamboo from Classic Colorworks. So we'll see if the white, I think it's White Lightning by Color and Cotton that's on this one. I'll see if that shows up any better. If not, because it is kind of an oceany theme, I could go just a shade lighter, not lighter, shade darker with a gray or a gray blue instead. We'll see. But that is my one new start. And sorry, my nose itches. Now we get to Happy Meal. So there's a lot of stuff that came in the last 2 weeks. Starting with the March Color and Cotton, I don't know if you call it subscription or club, from Crazy Annie Stitching. I got 28 count Lugana, and this is aged paper. It is such a fabulous neutral. Such a fabulous neutral. This could go with just about anything. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Worth the wait. And the wait, of course, is due to issues with, well, with the past year and the pandemic and people's in other, you know, manufacturing in other countries getting to here. It's not Annie's fault. I guess I should say it's not Color and Cotton's fault. It's just kind of the world we live in at the moment. But I have hope. Things are getting better. Things will stay getting better, I hope. And so now I also have April. Oh, I'm really excited. This is my first time opening it. It just came yesterday. So if you haven't gotten your April, look away. But it's Fabric of the Month from, again, Crazy Annie Stitches. The color, it's Lugana 28 count. I almost ordered this as a special order. It takes a long time, I think, for those special orders to come in. So I am super, super excited I got this. It's Driftwood. It's coming off a little more brown on the camera, but it's a gray with some brown undertones, just like Driftwood. And we were just over at the coast. You know how the wood just kind of gets that aged, smoky, gray outlook to it. So it's gray with some brown in it. Love this. Yeah. And I think I want it for something in a 32 count and a 36 count. So I still might place that order because that is just a gorgeous color. It's gray, but it's just a little bit different than some of the other grays. Take this out of the bag. I guess I don't need to leave it in that bag. Sorry. I am not Vanna White. So together you can kind of see the aged paper is definitely more of the brown with a little peach in it, and this is gray with a little bit of brown in it. with the driftwood. Oh, love those. Okay, my Floss Frenzy from Fat Quarter Shop, which is the week's Dye Works, May 2021. So again, this came yesterday. If you haven't gotten yours, of course, it's probably going to take me 2 days or 5 days to load this, so I'm sure you'll have gotten yours. It's called Pink. Look at those yummy colors. So it's Sophia's Pink, Emma's Pink, Begonia, Strawberry Fields, Raspberry, and Garnet. This would be great for that So Blessed pattern I need to do. I keep saying that. By the time I get that started, I'm going to have a million different colors for the floss. But I'll take it out of the packaging so you can see. Aren't they pretty? I have about half of these colors, but I like them all. I don't know if I have Begonia. I don't have Strawberry Fields, or I don't think I have Garnet or Raspberry either. So very pretty. Love it. And then that's the fun thing about being in clubs, because even if you're too busy to order, you get these surprises on your doorstep. This is the July sampler from Cottage Needleworks. And I actually went online looking for it yesterday, because I'm like, shouldn't that have shipped by now? Yeah, it was sitting in my basket here. So I'm sorry, it won't. Doesn't want to focus. Don't look at me, look at the pattern. So, oh, how cute. I think they're little Uncle Sam's. Little patriotic dudes. Oh, I like the little pennant banner. That is super stinking cute. Yay! So that goes here. My sampler of the month bag. Well, it's not a sampler of the month bag. It's a bag by Goose Designs, but I have my samplers of the month in there. Okay, there's more. And a lot of it you guys haven't even looked at because, yeah, I've been busy and I figured I would just wait for you. So this is from Stitch Me. Again, if you haven't gotten your Stitch Me fabrics or silks, look away, but you should have, because I think this came a while ago. These are it's called Phoenix Silk of the Month for May. And they are the bright yellows, oranges, and reds. So this is Phoenix. That's a combination. Let me... So this is Phoenix. Actually, it might look better on here because that color did not. There's that one. And then this is Carnelian, a very nice orange. And it has some light and dark to it. It's subtle, but it'll be really pretty stitched up, I think. And then Fire. I love this. This is a raspberry red. This is Sunfire. I think this would be really good for like beaks on birds or like little duck feet, among other things. But the last one, the yellow, is Sunflower. Just a nice bright yellow. And you know, yellows are not my favorite, but I do like these because these are the bright yellows and oranges. And orange makes me think of my friend Tracy. That was her favorite color. I never met anybody who loved orange as much as she did. So anytime I see, especially bright, she loved bright colors. Anytime I see orange, I think of Tracy. So this is it should be my last 28 count Lugana. Sorry for the crinkle. I dropped something. I think I dropped Capri last time. That goes into Stitchy Stars. That one just wants to come out and play. It's like, I belong in this room. Oh, have you missed me? Okay, so the fabric of the month, 28 count. I messaged Brandy, I told you this in my last video, I think, or the video before, that I wanted to switch to 32 count neutrals. And so this will be my last in 28 count. And this, oh my gosh, I want this in 36 count to do Flora Graphica by Jan Hicks. I think this will be the perfect color for that. I'm not sure, I need to look because I think it's a rather large stitch count. And so I'm not sure if this piece, because it is 28 count, might be too small. But let me just compare that to Driftwood for you. You can see it's much darker. Colors aren't exactly true. It's going in and out. And definitely a gray. There's a couple little hints of, I would say, green, and I see blue. It's gorgeous. Here, cars. And then I also told her, because Mel of Mel's Stitching Corner, I believe, here on YouTube and on Instagram. Actually, Instagram might be Stitcher Mel. Or maybe it's Stitcher Mel. It was Mel's Card Corner. Sorry, Mel. I will link her. She was telling me that 40 count Verdal, I don't know how you pronounce it, is an even weave. And I was like, really? So I asked Brandy about that, if she carried it or, and she said that she would send me a sample so that I could see it in person, try it out. And Brandy hooked me up. I don't know what I would stitch on it. It's very green. But how amazing is that? That's a good size piece of 40 count. You could get something done on that. So I have yet to put it under the lamp. I would definitely need a magnifier, but I think because it's even weave, because I'm looking at the holes, I might be able to do this. If you stitch on 40 count, do you find it difficult, not just seeing the holes, but the thread itself? Is it tight? Because I do wonder, after doing that 25 count 1/1, if it's pretty tight. You would have to do 1/2 on, or I would have to do 1/2 on this. But just, Brandy is incredible. She's bestitchme.com, I believe, is her website. She's also on Facebook. She does Friday Night Fight Nights. And of course, I forgot at 7 o'clock or whatever time it is here, Pacific time, on Friday night, and missed out. And she had some great pieces that I really, really wanted. It's my bad. But she's just wonderful customer service and responsive. And she will definitely get back to you if you reach out to her. Send her an email, send her a message. And I just thought that was above and beyond really, really nice of Brandy to give me that. I also placed an order with Hobby House Needleworks. Some floss I needed. Now I can't remember what that was for, but I'll figure it out. And then this is 32 count Winter White Lugana by Seraphim. Oh yeah. I have been looking for a color like this. I would almost call it a bisque. It's an off-white cream. That's pretty true there. It catches the light and sometimes has just a hint of like pink or peach, but it doesn't, it's not pink in person. Beautiful. I think this would be really nice on that So Blessed I talked about. Look at it with these colors here. Yeah. Yes. So many different things. I just wanted something that was not quite white. And I also wonder if it would work for Winter Rose Manor, because I'm still trying to find the perfect color for that. So, Hobby House Needleworks. And they got here super fast. Now, can somebody tell me what I needed those Gentle Arts colors for? It was Toffee, Mulberry, and Deep Sea. And, oh boy, this is from Color and Cotton, their Color and Cotton club. So I'm in 3 different fabric clubs. Oh, but Color and Cotton's opened up, and I think that the Color and Cotton fabrics are from them. Their club are new colors or limited edition. And so this was May 2021. You should have gotten yours by now. This is the 28 count Lugana in Kiwi. It's a very bright green. It's showing up more avocado there, but it isn't. It's a brighter green. It's very spring green. Probably competing with the greens in my room. Yeah. And that is Kiwi. And then, love this. It's weird to love a neutral color, isn't it? Anyways, this is Garden Path 32 count Lugana. And again, I should pull out Winter White. Oh, look at that. When you open up, you can see where it has variegation. Kind of a dark spot. Just a perfect neutral, a very light tan. Let me pull out Winter White, because if you're like me, I don't have a needlework shop all that close to me. And so you almost have to order. So these are very similar. Look at that. The Winter White is just a little bit lighter. This is from Seraphim Fabrics. And then this is yeah, you can see this is a little bit lighter, and it definitely doesn't have the dark spots that this one has. Did I just thought I got lip gloss on my fabric. That would make me sad. Let me show you the back side too, because you can use either side. And this side, yeah, a little bit lighter. So, love both of these, and I have been needing this kind of a color. So I'm going to try, since this is a little bit bigger and it's 32 count, I can't remember if it was 32 or 36 count for Winter Rose Manor. But I'll try these and see how they look with the flosses that I have. Better put this back or I won't know what it is. We're almost to the end. You can tell I was kneading. When you get to this, you'll be able to tell I was kneading fabric. This, oh yeah, I was going to do this as a Memorial Day start, but instead I did the sail away, I think. Oh, no, that wasn't even a start on the first. I don't know when I started it. No, it was a start on the first. Anyways, this is Hello Summer by Plum Street Samplers. I want to do all of them. I think I have Hello Spring, and this is Hello Summer. Look at the little eagle. Yeah. And then some of the floss that goes with it. That might be, nope. So that might be some of the floss I needed. Or this might be with it. So this, oh nope, this is for this. So this is from Luminous Fiber Arts. This is Misty Purcell. She dyes her own fabric. She's also a teacher though, and I think a college professor, but I could be wrong. And so her time is kind of limited. I got these flosses that go with Oopsies. Okay, get back in there. Whoopie. With this chart, it's Souvenirs of the Heart Star Spangled Spectacular. And I will definitely change the color of that house. I don't know what I'll change it to, but the colors that it called for, I didn't have in my stash. So one of the things I will do, even if I don't think I'll use the color, I will order it so that I can see what it looks like in person and kind of compare. Because sometimes it will work and sometimes it won't. But I will have it in my stash so that I can look for it the next time. And then this, I'm very, very excited about. I would love to get this in. Boy, I am seeing a theme here. I would love to get this in a 36 count or a 32 count, but she didn't have any. I think she had like a half yard, a 40 count left, but this is Macchiato and it's a fat quarter. It's 28 count. And again, it's just that neutral I have been looking for that's not quite, it's not quite white, not cream, not pink. It's just the perfect color. It's just that perfect neutral. I think because a lot of times creams read yellow, and like I said, yellow is really not my favorite. But this reads a little more, it's got the brown or the pink, you know, it's got just that, I don't know. It's a little bit lighter. It's, again, similar to that Seraphim. Seraphim's lighter still. You're not going to be able to see this, I'm sorry. But I will try. This is the lightest. This is that winter white from Seraphim. This is the, I just had it, Macchiato by Luminous Fiber Arts. And then the color in Cotton in Garden Path. You can see that this is the darkest of the three. I don't know if it helps to do in between here. No, but you kind of get the idea. You get the idea enough to know if that's something you might want. So that is it, folks. That's a lot. So I'm not mad that I didn't get started for Memorial Day weekend. I am so happy that our fence is almost a third of the way done. We have, I don't know, 18 or 20 panels on that one side, and we have 5 left. So we made good progress. And this will be, if I do end up having some time, maybe it will rain. And then I can have lots of patriotic stuff that I can start on in June. If not, I will start on it in July. And I'll also be doing Jolly July when that comes along. Although, well, they'll probably come out with patterns I want to do. But my plan for Jolly July would be to work on all the Christmas things I already have started and try and get some of those closer to a finish so that I could have plenty of time to FFO them and have them up this Christmas. So that's kind of looking ahead a little bit. Well, I made a big mess here. I'm going to turn this off and get clean this up. I have to run up to Olympia and drop my son's medical card off for him. He's been taking cold medicine to kind of clear his head up, so I don't really, I mean, once you're a mom, you're always a mom, right? He's 21 years old, but I really don't want him driving all the way up to Olympia with cold medicine and a stuffy head and coughing and all the things that come along with a sinus infection. So yeah, that's my plans for the rest of the day. Get some grocery shopping done, clean up this mess because I did have a nice clean room. And by then, it'll be time to do dinner. Hope you guys are having a great week. I hope you're getting more stitching time than I am. I hope you are feeling well because I know these summer colds have already started. And not fun, I know, to be sick when it's so nice out. It is cooling down today. Thank goodness. It was too hot for my liking yesterday. I know Tanya asked me if it was hot as hot up here as it is down there? Yes, it was miserable. Miserable. Our husky Malamutes are just, they're wilting. We got them a kiddie pool and we put that in the dog run. We call it the playpen. There's 2 trees inside it and a bark on the ground, and then we've had the kiddie pool in there filled with water, and then that sprinkler thing, and they had such a blast. My husband put a basketball into the kiddie pool and they were just chasing it around and splashing and just needing to stay cool because they've got those thick coats. I also froze an empty bottle of orange juice, so next time they go out there, that's already frozen. I can put that out and see what they think of having that frozen thing. They also like frozen water bottles. Yeah, I guess peanut butter jars. I could freeze those too. Fill it full of peanut butter. Fill it full of water. That's helping them cool off. They like ice. I'll even put ice sometimes in their water dish because they need to cool off. So that's all I have for you today. I'm just rambling at this point. Thank you so much for watching me. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and that makes sure that you'll know when a new video pops up for me, because I'm still not on a regular schedule. Not until uploading gets easier, and I need to figure that out. I also need to catch up on a lot of Flosstube. So if I've missed your Flosstube and not commented, it's because I've just been so busy, and I might have to just miss a few episodes and catch up where I'm at. But I am trying to catch up because I just enjoy checking in with you and seeing what you guys have been stitching and what's been going on in your world. So I will see you guys hopefully next week. Bye.